Hello, hello. I don't know if anybody's here yet or not, but I am. It just happened to remember that I have a live today. Maybe nobody's going to come today, and that's okay. I was putting together. Hey, Sam. I was putting together all the things that we're mailing out, and it's wore me out. So I thought, well, I'll go back and just lay down for about 20 minutes. Oh, I love you, sweetheart. Hey, Jesse. And Lana's back. Good morning, sweetheart. I saw you this morning on Dolly's program. Dawn Yarndahl. She came back on this morning after a very, very long time off. They lost their dog, and she lost a brother, and I think there was another one in there too. I don't remember, but um, she's a very sensitive person, and it hit her really hard, and she hasn't been on for a long time, Lana. So when she came back on this morning and I went in, I was glad to see that you were there. And there's Eileen and Shirley Bain and Marjorie. Marjorie, I got a package going out for you. I don't know if I'm going to get there today. Pamsky! Oh, sweetheart. Are you okay? Don't let the cares of the world get you down, sweetheart. God loves you, and somebody loves you, and I love you. Okay? And Nana's here. Good morning. And Samantha Stewart. Hello. And Heidi. And Sam. Hello, sweetheart. I did not know some of those cast-ons, so I really appreciated that. Those couple tutorials that you did. That was informative to me. Thank you. Let's see who else. Pam's Crafty Heart. Oh, in the middle of a stomach attack from I've had, well, I'm not going to go into that, but I understand. And Kim G, hello, hello. No, Samantha, you don't need to email me your address again. You already emailed it to me, but it is of no avail because I only had 3 items to get to choose from, and you chose number 4, so that was invalid. So I needed to choose again. If you remember, we spun the wheel again and got a winner. So you don't need to send me your email. Tell me, they say if you mess with a man's stomach, you mess with a whole man, and I have to agree. Mailing out this morning. I mailed a bunch of them Monday, and I planned on doing some yesterday, but Mr. Elmo wanted to go to Ocala yesterday. There's a craft store down there that carries HO train items as well as other items, and he needed something, and so he asked anyone who wanted to go. The van was going. So, I know Ocala has a Joann's, Ocala has a Michael's, Ocala has a Hobby Lobby, and Ocala has 2, not 1, but 2 Walmarts. So I said, pick me. and I went. And at Hobby Lobby, I found this beautiful yarn. Now, the color is what caught my eye because I am not a chenille person. And when you work with chenille, if you pull too hard, it breaks. This does not break. And so the color is called Later Gator. I don't know why it's called that, but it is just a soft cream and brown and a little turquoise and a little green, and it's just beautiful. And I already, on the way home, did a bunny body for it. And I have 1 foot. Well, this doesn't look much like a foot because it doesn't have any stuffing, is it? How does the game work on Wednesday? Samantha, on Wednesday is UFO You Must Go. And I choose 3 of my items that used to be unfinished. I mean, works in progress, but I have decided that my works in progress are no longer progressing. They have become an unfinished object and they have to be out of here. And I like to make people happy. And so I decided I would offer them up to someone who would finish the object and be happy with it. And so that game is called UFO You Must Go. And I choose 3 of my unfinished objects or whatever. And I offer them up to people who would like them. And my Froggy plucks her magic twanger, and you put in the chat the words that she chooses, and with if you want project number 1, project number 2, or project number 3. But you put in project number 4, and there wasn't one. So that's how that game works. Whoever's name comes up, the number the UFO they have chosen is what they get. Shirley Bain, you have problem chatting. The iPad screen broke. Wow. Sister Susie, how are you doing today? Hey, Nessa. I want to tell you, Nessa, thank you so much for the BioFreeze, the cream and the gel. That it is still a little tender, but there's no bruising and it does not hurt as much as it did that first. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And this second one I bought is a soft and sleek no pill fiber, and I thought that would make a beautiful bunny. And Hobby Lobby had their 30% sale off, so I did get those. The others, I went to Michael's and I did not find anything at Michael's that I could use. And when you walk in, they have a big sign that says 50% off, but the closer you get to the sign, you read it and it really says buy one and get the second one 50% off. So I figured that was probably really 30% off. It's like buy 3, get 1 free. Anyway, I didn't get any. I didn't see any there at Michael's that I really needed. And we went on down to Joann's, and I did buy Joann's, whatever their twist is. I bought it in 3 different colors, the big 1-pounders, because a 1 pound is like 1,000 yards and it will make a very nice baby blanket. So I got 3 of those. And I didn't even go to Walmart. I was just out of energy, and my ankle was bothering me a little. But Nessa, I did wear my high boots, and they come up over my ankle and they zip, and then the ties cross. So it was nice and tight on my ankle for support. But after getting in and out of the car and walking around 3 stores, I was done. I sat in the car and crocheted while not the car, the van. I sat in the van with the other lady. Only one went with me. Maggie is here. Margaret goes to her families for the month of October, and she was supposed to come in yesterday and didn't, so I'm hoping she's back today. Big Twist, that's what it is, Lana. Yeah, the Big Twist 1-pounders. Thank you. Diane Major, hello, sweetheart. And Melanie J. Melanie J, do I owe you something? Because I have a project out on the table and it says, I think it says, there's another M, and it's either Melissa or Margaret, and then after it says Mel J. So I'm confused and it's still sitting there, so I don't know. You'll have to tell me. Hello, Sharon. I want to tell you how purple you look. That was pretty cruel. There's no doubt about it that you do love purple. Not you. Okay, well, I'm going to have to figure out who it is then, sweetheart. All right, Shirley, thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. Michelle J. Dog Mom. Now there, I have to look that one up. I'll go back. Um, I'll go back on the time thing on you know, I'll go back and look at the replay and see who it really is. Sometimes I have to do that. And Janet Egan, I'm sending you something. I have it all boxed up. I just need to make a label for you, dear, but I'm out of energy today and I probably will not pack up anymore today. So that means Monday. I'll be back at the post office with the third batch. Finally on week 3. You are doing it, Nana. Oh, Nana's doing it too. Lana and Nana. Okay. You guys. Lana is doing Juan's blanket, and Nana is doing Juan's blanket. It must be a pretty blanket. I'm going to have to go look at it. I haven't seen it. I watched one day last week, and I don't know. I have this thing about going on there because every time he sees my name on there, he gets all choked up. So I don't want to hurt him. I want to love and love and love him, and I want him to love back and not. Anyway, today is sitting it. There's not a whole lot going on, just some chit chat and some knitting. And I chose to continue with this today. This is my knitting for today. It is the Premier, of course, because I love Premier yarn. And it is Premier's Bloom in the colorway Gerbera. It's very pretty. It's got the orange and the green Gerber flowers and the green leaves, and it's a cream colored background. And this comes 656 yards, which makes a nice baby blanket. If you knit it, now if you're going to crochet this, you need more because crocheting seems to take up more yarn per stitch than knitting does. Unless, of course, you're using, 13 or 15 size needles. These are 9s. There's a BB. Hello, BB. Blanket with some gorgeous. See, that's what Omas are all about. That's what Omas are all about, Melanie. Oh, really, Sam? Awesome. I didn't know that. Hello, KB. I got yarn coming for you too, KB, but I don't have it. I ran out of energy before I got to your bag. I love you guys so much. All right, well, I'm just going to start. Oh, wait, let me see. Oh, no. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Okay. I got this little pattern from Michaels. It's A girl's crochet. No, it's the over the shoulder knit cowl. And I thought that was really pretty. And it would be something I could throw on, cover up my shoulders, and stay warm without interfering with my arms, because you know I don't like that. Isn't that pretty? And have some lovely wooden buttons I didn't know what to do with. And a cowl you wouldn't wear that much, so you wouldn't really have to wash it a lot. And this is made from Loops and Threads Eco Naturals. And it took 2 skeins of the Dusty Rose. But I thought it was really pretty. It's probably something you could finish in a day, you know. And then this second one I got just because I have a grandniece or great grandniece or one of those, somebody in my family's little. And this is a girl's ruffled tee. And I thought it was really cute with the ruffles on the sleeves and a little bit of ruffles down at the bottom. And I probably would make it out of, this says to use 50 acrylic and 50 cotton, the bulky twist. I probably would make it just out of a 4-weight acrylic, and then she could wear it as a sweater over the top of a t-shirt. But I thought that was pretty cute. They had some free patterns. One end cap was all, all rows of, my words are coming really slow today. I don't know why, but they had rows of patterns on one end cap. And these were the 2 that I saw that were really cute. And then we get home and Mr. Elmo says, I'm going to check the mail because it was 3 o'clock when we got home yesterday. And in the mail, guess what came? A Joann's ad with, wait, my goodness. Whew, I think I blew you guys back to New Jersey. Anyway, it came with all these wonderful coupons. We don't have a Joann's here. There's not one in Alachua. There's not one in High Springs. There's not one in Fort White or there's no Joann's up in Lake City or Live Oak. I think the nearest one is in, thank you, Melanie. Whew, thank you, Don P. Don P. I am sending you something, but Dawn Aaron said you were going there and you'll be there next Wednesday. So do you want me to send it to your house or would you like me to send it to her house? And then you just have to carry it back. You let me know. And Margie, hello. I have something for you too, sweetheart. Thank you, Samantha. I love you. There's not one in Canada? No. Oh, I can show you the, before we get started. This is the Divine hat. And it has that lovely swirl of a crown. And I made it. Come on. These are the pictures of the ones that I tried to make. I started on this green, no, I started on a pink one and I couldn't get it to work. And so then I started on this gray one and I knew I had to put the next stitches in next to the front post, but I just wasn't swirling like it was supposed to. Hey, Dania, welcome in. And so then I started the green one, and the green one was the one. And so this is the way that green one turned out. I think it's really pretty. That one, not the one on the head. This one. I think it's really pretty. And I've made a couple more since then that are, I made a Halloween one. And I really like that hat. That's a very, very pretty hat. Okay, Don P., what did you tell me? Because I've missed it. You'll be there in Myrtle Beach? Sharon will be there in December, but you're not going. Okay. All right, well, I'll mail yours to you then, and Dawn's to Dawn. Thank you, Lana. Thank all of you guys. I don't know what I would do without you guys. Lana, if you go on Joanne's website and you see something you like, I'll tell you what you can do is go ahead and purchase it and put in my address. I'll send you my address, ship it to me, and when it gets there, I'll ship it back to you. That way you can do it. And if ever there's something that I need from a store in Canada, then I'll give you a holler and you can do the same for me. How's that? Barter's better. Sam and I are going to do that. I would do that with anyone. Hey, Carrie. My sweetheart, Carrie. I won 3 games of bingo at her house on Wednesday. That was a surprise, a nice surprise. Okay, so I'll just send it to your house then, Dawn. All right. Okay, Nana. Cold this morning. It was down to 38. Oh my goodness. Only going up to 60. That's probably warm to you, Nana. I have your address, Dawn. I've sent you things before. But if you want to email me with it to double check, that would be okay. Oh, I've lost my crochet hook. Nope. Oh, there it is. Okay. Lana's in California. Okay. Nana's in Canada. There's my cousin Dee. Hi, sweetheart. How are you doing today? Mr. Elmo was giving us the news this morning. We kind of have a morning breakfast and then a briefing of like a chat of what's going on for the day. And if anybody needs to go anywhere, that's the time we tell them that, we have to go to the drugstore or whatever. And he tells us, like yesterday, that he wants to go down to Ocala. Does anybody want to go? It works really fine right now because there's only me and Maggie. Margaret has not come back from her families yet. She's the one in the wheelchair, so we have to be really, everybody looks out for her. And it's extra effort when she wants to go somewhere because of the wheelchair. So usually things get postponed to October when she's gone, and then there's a little more freedom. Well, there has been for the last 3 years anyway, a little more freedom to come and go. Hi, Sally. It's coming to hang out today, so I may have to cancel my live. Oh, I hope you do cancel your live because she's still there. She is the sweetest kid. I hope you have a really good visit with her today. All right, what was I going to do? Oh, I was showing this yarn, and somebody said they like, oh, I know who it was. It was Sam. Sam said she liked the red one. What do I have? I know Dawn P likes the purple one. Oh, I don't think I have to get this because the darn thing kept falling down. It should be right here. This is it, isn't it? No, this one's called Baby's Breath. Oh. And it's more pink. Is this the one you were talking about, Sam? Dawn, I almost put this one in your bucket, but I didn't have room. So just be aware it might come another time, okay? I'm not going to use that yarn. I know I'm not. Yeah, it's called, this one's called Baby's Breath, and it's the pink and kind of, well, you can see it here, pink and kind of a fern green. Yeah, it is pretty. Thank you, Melanie. That is pretty. Okay, I'm going to start knitting. I have three things that I'm knitting. One is that white baby's blanket that's knit to purl to, and you make it's a box square. And I like that one because it's simple. It's just, and you can see right where you are because you're either on your first row of knit to purl to or you're on your second row. Baby's Breath. Okay. I love this yarn, and I have learned how to purl the orange on a knit stitch, and that makes it stick out so that you have some texture on it. And I'm sure if I got really brilliant, when I got to that, I could get my small crochet hook and crochet a couple stitches and then put it on so that it would puff out. But I am very, very much like Sunita last night, Scarecrow, no brain. It is pretty, isn't it, Diane? I love the bloom. Now there's a blanket out that you can do, bloom baby blanket, and it's a giant granny square, but it's with a chunky yarn. And I'm just not a chunky yarn person. Diane, I can knit and I can crochet, and I think as I'm aging, I'm slower. I don't like lickety split go through it anymore. Yeah, if they come through, Sam, on a if I'm purling, I'll knit the peach, and if I'm knitting, I'll purl the peach so that it comes out. But it was beautiful, wasn't it, Dawn? I mean, Diane, wasn't it? But those chunky skeins only hold what, less than 100 yards? So you'd almost have to have, I don't know, 5 or 6 of them, I think, for a 40 by 40 blanket. Yeah, I'm about to get into another row, so let me go ahead and get started. And I want to show you this blanket that I'm working on too. This is a crocheted one, and this is a really simple blanket. My sister-in-law showed me this pattern, and I said, I could do that. So when she went home, I doed it. I started out with the foundation double crochet. And I love that foundation double crochet stitch because once you finish your chain, you've got your double crochets done because you chain two and then you chain a third one. In that third one, you go in and you chain one and you do another one and you do your single crochet and then you do your double crochet. And then you do a chain, a single, and your double. And by the time you get through, you've got a whole row of a foundation crochet done. Your first row's already done. Yeah, this is the crossover one. So what I do to keep the border is I do two double crochets. You skip your first double crochet. You skip that one. You double crochet, and double crochet, and then you come back and you double crochet in this you yeah, you double crochet in this first one. And then you double crochet, double crochet, double crochet, and then you come back and you pick up this first one that you missed and you do a long double crochet. And you skip one and you double crochet, double crochet, double crochet, and then you come back and you pick up this one, and then you double crochet, double crochet, double crochet, and then come over and double crochet in this one skipped one. And when you get through, it is such a pretty blanket. I love it. And it's one of those that you can sit and work on. Yeah, it does. Hey, Mimi, you're not late, sweetheart. You're never late. Um, I don't know what it's called, love. I don't know what it's called because my sister-in-law showed it to me. Carrie, I don't know. My sister-in-law comes over every Tuesday and we knit and crochet and solve the problems of the world, and then we drink tea and pee every Tuesday. And when she works with Karen yarn, Simply Soft. I can't use Karen Simply Soft. I just don't even think about it in my stash anymore buying it. It splits for me. But she does a lot of knitting. She's more of a knitter than a crocheter, and she doesn't have problems with it. And she loves it so much that if she does have problems with it, it's not a problem. You know what I mean? Because if you get that in your head and it's a problem, then as soon as it's a problem, it's a problem. But if it's, well, I think you get what I mean. Um, hey, Katie. It is really pretty. It's, well, and this is the Premier, of course, Anti-Pilling Batik. And this is in the colorway Fuzzy Chick. And it's just really pretty. And there's 383 yards in a skein. And you can get these, I think they were 3 for $12 on sale at Premier, or 3 for $15. I don't remember now. But a bag of 3 makes a nice sized baby blanket. 20, 30, maybe 30 by 40, maybe. I don't like to make them too big. Aw, that is sad. You might as well cut off an arm, huh? I have a great grandson that doesn't speak to me because I didn't acknowledge his girlfriend as his wife. And he took that as an insult to her, and I've apologized. I sat down. I had a set too with him, and just I thought we cleared it out, but um, it's okay. It's okay. God has replaced all of you for those that I lost, and I have much more here than those that I lost. Unforgettable Gossamer. Ooh, I'll bet that's pretty, Tammy. Oh, I'll bet it is pretty. You know, Michelle, do I owe you something? Because it's not Melanie J. I hope so, Diane. Okay. Send me pics. Yeah, I know. No, I don't owe you either. Okay, well, I'll keep asking because it was in one of the giveaways. I know Kitty gets the purple and white blanket, and Ginny got the collar, which I found the pattern for that, by the way. If any of you like that and wanted it, I'll send you the patterns. Just Gmail me. Oh, I don't know. My brain is fried. And I tried to send Michael my what kind of crochet does he do? Afghan stitch. It's not called Afghan stitch anymore. Michelle, I will always give them. MJ Busy. Yeah, it could have been. Thank you. Thank you, Sister Susie. It could have been. Tunisian. Yes. Thank you, Diane. It is Tunisian crochet. I sent him my Tunisian hooks. I had 2 wooden ones and an old aluminum one that was old. So I'm not going to do it. So I'm sending them to him because I know he'll appreciate it. I love sending things to people, but I want to know that they're appreciated, and that's why I like it when you tell me I got it and I love it, or whatever. Kim, are you in an area that buffers? Yeah, I think he will love them because, well, he's in my heart. He knows that, and I think I'm in his heart. So I think no matter what I do, he appreciates it because he always makes a point to come into the chat either while I'm doing the live or um, afterwards. Back to my studio. Chris Kaleidoscope. Oh, your internet. Sometimes mine doesn't like coming through either. I don't know why. I'm a thrower, I think. I was watching uh, Hooks and Needles by Sam. Is that what her name is? I just know her as Sam. And she was doing a tutorial the last couple days. She's done a tutorial about uh, how to cast on your knitting needles. I didn't realize there were that many ways to cast on. So I've been crocheting for probably over 60 years, crocheting and knitting. Maybe not knitting quite that long. Well, 57 years because I knitted when my son was born. But oh, thank you God for everything. Oh, I hope everything works well, sweetheart. You've been through so much, Susie. Oh, what was I just saying? Oh, crocheting and knitting. And yet there's still so much that I don't know. I was really amazed at the different ways that you could cast on. I only know two. And she showed me a new way today. And I'm sure if I watched the other part, I think she's got three parts. And I'm sure I'd learn another one. Rita Pacheco, hello, sweetheart. I'm so glad you came into the cottage today. And spring is here? Spring, you were so awesome last night. Katie, how does that work? Is that the one where you go up your thumb and um, under your finger and over the top or whatever that is? Crochet cast on. No, but I did see, Chris, where Sam showed us how to do a crochet cast on, where you make your chain and then you pick up the back loop and make a single crochet and cast it on. I think is the way it went. That was totally new to me. I'd never seen that before. Hooks or needles, yeah. Sam, I'm telling you, I've been doing this knitting, I know, for 57 years because my son Brian is 57 this year. But I did not know how to do that one. That was pretty cool. You taught me something brand new. I think we learn something new every day if we keep our eyes and our ears open. Rita, you are never late. You are always here right on time. Yeah, Nessa, wasn't that cool? I had I had stopped in at Sanita's, and I had seen her cute little scarecrow costume. So she mentioned that she was going to be over at she was going to pop in over at Springs. So I went over there to see her again. And there's Dawn Aaron was there in her sugar skull. Sharon Loves Purple was there, all in purple. Dawn P was there dressed up as the fox. What a cute little fox face. And she had the ears on, and she painted her face kind of a rusty fox color with her nose, and she had a tail. So, so, so cute. And Spring, Spring had some glow in the dark stuff on, and half of her face was like a sugar skull, and the other half was all glittery, glittery stuff. Just a lot of imagination went into those costumes. I don't know about brioche. Tammy, I didn't see it last night. I did see something this morning. Maybe that was her last night's one, but she had her little black witch's hat on that Jerry had bought her. She's still she's still working through her grief. She said she's going to be back Monday for Hobby Bingo, so that will be nice. She needs some stuff to cheer her up. Videos I need to fill for home. Just way too fatigued and tired from a busy work week. Tech conference. Yeah, I know, Nessa, and I think that as I age, I am getting older, but I am not going to get old. But as I get older, I have less energy to do things. I find that I can still do some things, but they wear me out. And there's some things that I can't do anymore, and I just don't even try. And then there's things that I still can do, but sometimes I pay for them later. So I have to be really careful about those. And one of those is packaging up stuff to go, because standing and bending over and labeling and taping and gluing and stapling and all that stuff, that it takes its toll. Arnie and Carlos little dance for the Norwegian pearl. Oh, now I don't know about that. I'm going to have to go visit them. They're funny. Sometimes I like them, and sometimes I can't take them. During the conversation while finishing another pumpkin. Oh, oh, well, that's clever. Sally, you're so clever. See, I don't know what it is, but YouTube lost some people this last year, and then Dee's Creative Hands, she lost a lot in her life, um, two couple months back, and now last month, um, Dolly lost a bunch of her life. It's a cycle, I guess. You get old and you die, and it sounds so simple and so easy, but it leaves so many holes in so many lives, especially if one is cherished or if one is totally hated. Because if one is totally cherished, then you miss the positive vibes that you got from that person. And if one is totally the opposite, you, I think, you miss, that you have missed the opportunity to make amends, or attempt to make amends in that area. And that's sad. And if you don't sit and deal with it, it becomes, you can obsess over it. because there's grief involved with every loss. You can become guilty. You can feel guilty if you didn't. Oh, I wish I would have. If only, if only. And you, please don't ever live in with onlys. If you feel strong enough to do it, then do it. What's going to get hurt? Your pride? And what is that worth? Zip zilch nada. I went to my grandsons, great grandsons, and I said, I apologize. I didn't realize that he considered her a wife because they had never been married and I had never gotten any notification. So I did not know. And I apologized to her if I embarrassed her or them when I introduced her as his girlfriend. I did not get an invitation to their wedding. I was thrilled to see that they were getting married. I did not get an invitation, but Elmo drove me down there. My son told me they were. And Elmo drove me down there, and it's down below St. Petersburg. It's down near Naples. It's South Florida. And I was not acknowledged. They took a family picture. I was not asked to come and be in the family. I'm the oldest one there. And there was Brian Christopher, Brian, his father, and me. And then Brian Christopher's children. So there were 4 generations there, but I wasn't in the picture. And I cried all the way home. And it was a 3-hour drive. And Mr. Elmo said, "What are you crying for?" I said, "Because I lost a family." He said, "No. He lost part of his family." And just those few words made me feel so much better because he is still my family. I have not abandoned him. But it still leaves a big hole. Okay, let's see what I missed. Lost one of my cousins in March due to cancer. Yes, Michelle Crochets. Hello, hello. I love you. I know, Mimi, and that's why I come here 3 times a week to get my soak up my love in my sponge. Oh, guys, don't feel bad for me. Feel bad for him. He's missing out on one great grandmother, I'm telling you. Think of all the crocheted things those kids could have. I mean, oh, it's his loss. Yeah, it's their choice. And we all make choices and we all have to be prepared to face the consequences for those choices. And hopefully we make good choices and we get good consequences. But when we make bad choices, we have to be prepared to face the consequences from those choices. And sometimes we can say, "Oh, later, I'll deal with it." But they always pop back up. And sooner or later, you have to deal with that decision that you made. You have to deal with that consequence. And I say the sooner that you deal with it. Here's a joke that Sunita told last night that sums it up. How did the 2 potatoes settle their dispute? Anybody? How did the 2 potatoes settle their dispute? Yes, Sam, you must have been there. They hashed it out. And I think that's what we need to do. We need to hash out our disputes. And if we can't come to an agreement, at least we can agree to disagree. She's older and a half sister, so she never accepted me as family. Oh, well, gee, it's her loss. Does she know what a credible person she's dissing? Hello, Tracy. Isn't Sunita funny? She is so stinking cute and she's so funny. And she has grown children. And I think she's 40 or 41 and she looks like she's 20 and I love her to pieces. Yeah, they mashed it out or hashed it out. That's the kind of potatoes that Frankenstein likes. The monster mashed potatoes. I know they're stupid jokes, but I love them. And you know why the skeleton was sad when he went to the dance? Because he had nobody to dance with. Oh, I'll tell you the other joke that I know about Halloween. Why don't monsters eat ghosts? Because they taste like sheet. Okay, that's it. That's the end of Halloween for me, guys. I'm I'm done with Halloween. Today is All Saints Day. Last night was the last night for the ghosties and the goblins to roam the earth and reap souls or whatever they're supposed to do. I don't know. But today is All Saints Day, and so we're good. We're all good today. I'm on a roll. I think I'm done. Oh, shoot. Today, Mr. Elmo made pizza frite for breakfast. And what pizza frite is fresh pizza dough. And he just makes he takes a little bit bigger than a walnut size and he flattens it out, pulls it out like you would a pizza dough till he gets it about the size of the palm of your hand. And then he fries it in hot oil until it's brown and crisp. And then you can put powdered sugar on it, or you can put Devonshire cream on it, or you can put cream cheese, or you can put powdered sugar or syrup or jam on it, whatever you like. And it's just a warm and crispy, pretty good thing to eat. Mara, hello, sweetheart. Pasta Frida. Yeah, yeah. It's good, isn't it, Diane? He didn't have a girlfriend. There's another one I can add. A ghoul friend. I like powdered sugar on mine too, Diane. Oh, he didn't have a soul friend. Oh, yeah, Ghosty wouldn't have a soul friend. Or a ghoul friend. I like them both. He calls it pizza frita because it's the pizza dough. He didn't have a ghoul friend. What just happened to you, Diane? I can't wait to hear. I won't believe it. Uh-oh, what happened to Diane? She's gone. A ghoul friend, yeah. That darn autocorrect. You never know what it's going to say. It's like shorthand. You got to figure it out. Hello, Melissa G. Melissa G, do I owe you something? Just text me, ask if I want to come stay at his house while I drop off my other son for the big soccer game in the city. I asked if he even told his new wife that he was asking me to come. No. Okay, well, I just guess I'm going to have to wait for somebody to send me a text and say, hey, you're a liar and a cheater. You promised me this 2 months ago and I don't have it. And then I'll go back on and say, oh, you're the one that was supposed to get that. Okay, I'll send it off tomorrow and stick in a couple skeins of yarn just to keep you happy. Melissa G. See, if I don't have a face to go with some of you, I just get really confused. Melissa G, Melanie J. Oh, no. You don't hate her, do you? I will, Michelle. I'll have to go back and rewatch that one. That's true, Nessa, but then I have it on the to-go table, and it makes me anxious if I really am trying to clear this place out. And if you watched Wednesday, that I got 2 boxes of yarn in from Premier, all because I didn't have any chocolate to finish that Cooper blanket. I am really loving that Cooper blanket. It is so fast and easy to do. I'm halfway through with the turquoise one. And all I have to do is the 3 of the 4 corners on the other one, and I'm done with it. I think it's going to be my new Boggy Creek blanket till I get the 10 done. I kind of want to send them 10, but I really like this one, and it's so different from anything I've ever seen before. And it's so simple. It's so simple to do because it's just 4 granny squares and put together and then crocheted around. So, and it comes out 40 by 40, so it's well within the limit. It's kind of a no-brainer. Don't give up. Just love her. Love is the key, Diane. Love is the key to everything. God loved us so much that he would have sent Christ to us to save us if we were the only one on the earth. Think about that for a minute. Oh, Tammy, you don't have to send me anything. It's never expected from you guys. It's always appreciated, but never expected. I might help. No, I don't want to. Wait. Oh, where's this? See, that's his problem. If he can't understand, if he doesn't love you enough to understand your pain, then I don't know. Wasn't able to watch Wednesday. Busy with work. I went to visit a friend for lunch in downtown. I recuperating from the. Yeah. Well, you know what? When you work, it's really hard to find time, especially during the day, to do anything. I know sometimes Sanita, when she was working, could help me because it just happened to be on her lunch hour. But um, people that work, that's that's their life. They need to work, and YouTube fits in where it can. Those of us who don't work anymore, we should still have a life outside of YouTube. A lot of us get stuck in here, um, and that this is not real life. Even though you are real life people and I'm a real life people, but this is not real life. We have to do things outside of YouTube so that when we come to YouTube, we have something to bring. Ah, Zoila, I love you. I love you. I love you. Yeah, you can always buy me a coffee. It's $3 and it goes towards postage, and I appreciate it. They're married a month. You know what? These kids have a mind of their own, and a lot of them are used to being treated as princesses and gotten everything they've ever wanted. And if you didn't get it to them, well, you didn't like them. And it's their problem. It's not yours, sweetheart. Don't ever stop loving people. You may not like what they do, but don't ever stop loving them. That's what God's all about, is loving. He doesn't like some of the things we do. And with some people, he doesn't like most of the things they do, but he still loves them. And he still would send Jesus to be the sacrifice for their sins, even if they were the only one, because he loves us all that much, each one, every one of us. And he gives us gifts during the day, and he puts special people in our lives to lead us towards him because he loves us so much. He wants us. Okay, you make a poncho and it is absolutely gorgeous, and you set it on a chair and you look at it and you love it. So it falls off the chair and it gets into some cereal that your daughter spilled on the floor, and it's a mess. So what do? You clean it up and you still love it. Okay, you made that shawl. You love that shawl because you put your heart and soul in it. God made each one of us, and he put his soul in each one of us. And when we love him back, we have his heart. We are an example of God when we love. That's all we have to do. We don't have to perform magic tricks. We don't have to heal people. We don't have to do anything. Just love. And we reflect God. God puts his Holy Spirit in our heart to guide us. He gives us eyes to see and ears to hear if we accept him. And he loves each one of us because he created us just the way we are. And so we need to love your daughter-in-law just the way she is, even though I may not like some of the things that she does. You still need to love her for who she is because she is a child of God. Just keep loving her. Just keep loving her. They do, Diane. What? It's my life as long as Honey's at work. Well, Diane, you have to set guidelines. You have to set guidelines. I found that out with my second husband is, I need to love him, but I need to set guidelines. And I would tell him, I love you. When you turn into someone else, I'm going to leave. I'm going to drive into town, which is 20 minutes. I'm going to get a cup of coffee and I'm going to drive home. And by the time I get home, maybe you'll be back to being you because I love you. I just don't like the person that you become sometimes. And you have to set your guidelines. And it doesn't do any good to yell or scream or pout or cry or any of those other weird things because that doesn't change anything. You have to change. You never heard of the blanket I'm making, the Cooper blanket? Well, I don't know if I have the the pattern here. Janet, let me go and get it. Let me go and get it because I really like it. It's a new way to do a granny square. No, you don't have a wedge. Don't allow that to happen. Just love them. Love them both. I can't preach God to you. You would turn me off in a heartbeat if I got my Bible out and said, God says this, and that wouldn't work. You'd turn me off. But if I say to you, I love you more than life. And you are so special to me because God created you. And that's what makes you special. You come back because we all need to be told that we're valuable. I try and live God. I don't try and preach God. Let me go get that. I'll be right back, guys. Oh, this smells so good. Okay, I found it. I'm back. Oh my. This is the Cooper blanket. You make 4 granny squares. You start out with your first square, and then you do mitered back and forth around it, and then you go to your next color and you do mitered granny around it, and you use 4 colors. This one she did in what she calls jeans colors, the regular jeans, the stonewash jeans, the khaki jeans, and then the kind of gold color is what she calls top stitch around the pockets and when you sew the band onto the jeans and the seams up the side, they're usually in gold. And the neat thing about this blanket is she gives you not only gives you the directions, but she gives you these coloring sheets, and you can color in some ideas that you want to color in. And this is the blanket that you're making. You put your 4 squares, your starter squares on the outside. This one's black and white. And then you do your color around it. And since this is white and turquoise, this is white and turquoise, and then the darker blue. It's black, white, turquoise, blue, white, turquoise, blue, and then the black. You follow them one after the other, and white goes down the center or any color and all the way around the outside, and then you choose a color for here. And then when you get this done, it's 40 by 40, but you turn it this way and you start here and you granny square across, decrease, and you granny square across, decrease, and you keep decreasing until you get to the end. And you do the same on all 4 corners. And guess what? Because this is 40 by 40, this is 40 by 40. I find that to be simply amazing. So, this is my blanket. The only trouble with my blanket is instead of putting the starter squares in the corners, I put them in the center. So I put my starting squares in the center. So there's my dark one and my white and a light brown and a dark brown and this or a medium brown. 1, 2, 3, 4 colors. I bordered it with white. I put 2 rows of granny squares in the medium, and then I put a row around for the outside, and then you start your corner, and you do your granny squares across, your granny clusters, and then you chain 3, and then you go in between. In each row, you chain 3, and then you go in between. So that's how you do your decreases all the way up to the corner. And I ran out. So I had to go to Premier and order more yarn. $150 later, I have my yarn. And it's called the Cooper blanket. And this is the one I'm doing next. And it's coming out very pretty. Very pretty. Well, thank you, Nessa. Thank you. I really don't think it matters one way or another. I think you'll just be able to see the crisscrosses better if you put your starter squares on the outside. It's just a different way to do it. I'm not obsessing over it. You know, which one looks better? I don't know that you can say one looks better than the other. It's just, they're different. They're just different. Okay. Faith Louise, hello. You can find the pattern on Ravelry. Thank you for that. You're making a crocheted version of Around the World quilt. Wow. Tammy and Zoila, if you download it, she gives you, I think 5 or 6 or maybe 8, I don't remember now, different color combinations that she has put together. You can print those out if you want them, or just save the paper. And she gives you a blank, like that one was. She gives you a blank coloring page that you can print out several of and then play with your own colors and see what's your progression from your starter square. What color progression? Do you want to start out dark and go lighter and lighter? Or do you want to start out light and go darker and darker? Do you want to just pull out all your brights? Or, do you want to do it all in shades of purple? It's fun. Being a school teacher, a preschool teacher, I love the color. So I love colors. And so it was fun for me. Moving slow today, Sally, but it's a lovely day and I'm happy to be moving it all. You're right, Katie. You're right. It's just good to be moving at all. And there's Zoila, the Cooper blanket free on Ravelry. And like I said, it's just a granny square, so it goes really fast. Now you do your mitered square just like a granny. And when you do your first mitered square or your section, you go over and back, and you still put in, how am I going to do this? You crochet here and then you put your corner in just like a regular corner, and then you come down this side and then you turn it and you go back up. You put your corner in and then you go across and you turn. So you've got 4 rows of each color. Just finished a 4 square blanket and each square is moss stitch. corner to corner, and it gives a 3D effect. I made each square about 20 inches. Oh, Nessa, can you get a picture? Send me a picture? I've got a book for Francis I'm going to send him. It's called Bamboozled. I think he'll like it. And it will take him a long time to read it because there's very little words, but there are so many awesome pictures in there. And I didn't know this until a while ago, a few years ago, but when adults get a book, they see the words first. And they see the picture and then they read the words and they're happy. When children get a book, they see the picture and they don't see the words. They see all the little details in the picture. Do you remember Richard Scarry? Richard Scarry's The Things That Go book. Richard Scarry's, I don't know what all books he wrote now, but Richard Scarry used to put a little ladybug and a little inchworm and an owl and all these little tiny things he would put on the pages of his books because kids see those little minute details first. He is a cutie. Oh, Sanita, we were just talking about you behind your back. It's okay. How important you are to me and how you do all my tech stuff and how cute you are as a scarecrow. Yeah, that would be great, Nessa. That would be great if you did do that. And then I would have that. Today is called All Saints Day in the Catholic Church also. I know it's celebrating all the saints in heaven, including our family in heaven. It's something I think any Christian can get behind. Yeah. I have always known it as All Saints Day. So that's good to know. Thank you. That came from Sarah. Okay. Got it. Okay. This is from Sujan. She I had sent her some yarn and she added some to it, and I had started one and so it was one of my UFOs, and she added some color to it, and this is her blanket. Oh my goodness, is that beautiful? Wow, it's that is really, really pretty. Now see, this is knitted. You can tell she's knitted a border down here at the bottom. And she's got a border. These things are backwards. She's got a border going up this side. Come on. There you can see the border too. Up, over on this side. Whoop. See the border? The knitted border. Yeah, knitted blankets are cool. This is a rib stitch. Probably, is it 2x2? Been thinking about that antiquity yarn since I showed it. What yarn, sweetheart? Yes, Anita was cute, wasn't she? Yeah, now you have to finish it. See? That's what you get for sending a picture. A corner to corner. No, knit two, purl two. Yeah, it's a 2x2. Yeah, that's what causes those ribs. That's ribbing that you put around a hat, and you just make a whole blanket out of it. That's pretty awesome. It's on sale, cheaper than the Hirschner's worsted eights. Also, what yarn? Friday's 24 hours, sweetheart, like every other day. Nessa, what yarn? That's cold coffee from yesterday. It tastes pretty good. I go to Aldi's and get their French vanilla creamer with no sugar. And that's pretty good. I put a scoop in a big cup, in a mug. Oh my goodness, we're going on 2 hours, aren't we? We have gone over our time limit. It's 1:30. I did this yesterday or Wednesday too. I guess I better say goodbye, guys. Samantha, usually it's 1 hour, but today I just lost track of time and kept going. The Hirschner's Antiquity. It's called, okay, somebody sent me that yarn, I'm sure. No, my brain does not work like a normal person's brain, and I have forgotten who sent it. But I have somewhere put, where did that little yarn go? Where can it be? I have the green and the cream, and I cannot find it right now, and I'm not going to look because my ankle hurts. I have the green and the cream and a rust color, and it's absolutely beautiful. It does, Diane. It just goes too fast. Bonfire colorway. They stopped selling the green and brown and orange and bonfire. I have the green and cream and some kind of red. Spring, I love you. I don't always get over there and watch your lamp working because there's no way I'm going to do that. And there's things I don't watch because I don't watch when Margaret does her. I watch Margaret do her clay, and then Kim Fortune Knit got some clay to do, and see, that's the way I used to be. It's like, oh, I like that. I'm going to get some and do it. But I don't just get 2 colors and try it. You get the whole thing. I don't have enough time left in my life, and I don't have enough money to spend to be able to do that anymore. So I don't do it. So I don't watch that, and that way I don't get sucked in because I get easily sucked in. Well, Spring, you know I love you from the bottom of my heart. Yes, yes. I love all of you so much. I could spend the rest of the day with you. You can buy me a cup of coffee by going to the Ko-fi or coffee thing link on my page, and that will take you right there on a yarn diet. Oh, double strollers to buy. There you go, Zoila. Thank you. Yeah, okay, antiquity. I have that. It's really, really pretty. I was thinking about making a Christmas blanket with that because it's the cream and the green and the red, but it's the antiquity. It's the antique Christmas. I know that, Spring, and I love you so much because you are at the point of your life where you are just branching out and soaking up all of the information that you can and working with it and not getting frustrated. And I think that Dawn Aaron has helped you a lot in that because uh, Dawn Aaron is so artistically talented. She is just so awesome, and she gives us the courage to try something that we normally wouldn't try because she'll say, well, I've done this 3 times because I didn't like the way it turned out. I would have dumped it the first time, but Dawn Aaron says, no, I'm going to do it. I will do this. And she will do it until she gets it right. And she gives us the courage to continue that second and third and fourth time. And I think, Spring, that's what you picked up from her is the courage to continue until you get it because you're not a quitter either. No, those babies don't tell time. They just come when God sends them. Oh, you're welcome. Good. That's my hope. I love it that you make yourself a somebody because I wish I could do it for you, and I don't always have the time. I write down those that are really having tough times, and I try and make them a somebody and get it sent off. But my wish is that everybody would make a somebody and give it to somebody who needs to know that somebody loves them. I would like to fill the yarn shops full of my patterns to give away for free with an example sitting there and tell them, make one and give it. Because here's why. Here's why. It's packed with God's love. And people need to know that God loves them. I would love to have them in the yarn shops. Ah, coffee, coffee, coffee. Um, Gloria, yes, 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 yes. You need to send these pictures. I don't know if Gloria's in here. I'll have to answer her on YouTube on the channel. But um, look at these. Gloria made these. Gloria Tolles. She made those, and she made these. These are waiting to go. She says. I love it. This just swells my heart when you do things like this and you give them away. Don't forget, I posted on the community page what a somebody is, that they have ears to hear and they have no mouth to share your secrets. And they will love you and love you and love you forever. And you will always know somebody loves you. So please don't forget to put those in a card or a tag around their neck or something. I love it. Yeah, you guys are. You could be cousins for sure. Aren't they sweet? You've given away two? That's awesome for the shelter. Yeah, and Pebbles Pico, I didn't see her in here. Oh, there she is right there. Um, hey, Pebbles. She has given some and blankets to match to VJ because VJ's doing that charity, My Life in a Bag. It's about children who are displaced from homes that are no longer safe for them to be in, and somebody just grabs a bag, stuffs a bunch of their things in it, and take the kid and go, and that's all they have, and they're stuck with new people that they don't know, and that's all that they have is what's in that bag. And so she said, no way, I'm gonna make a blanket and a bunny, and when that kid goes, they go with a blanket and a bunny so that they know that somebody loves them. No matter where they go, they know somebody loves them, which is awesome, awesome, awesome. It doesn't matter if they're wonky. I saw a bunny that looked like roadkill. It didn't have enough stuffing in it. And it was pretty flat, but it was the most beautiful bunny because it was made with love and given in love. And it looked like it had been well loved. And I loved it. Okay, guys, it's almost 2 o'clock. StreamYard's going to be knocking on my door saying, you're using up all your hours. Really, Sam, it did. I'll send you the picture. Yeah, yeah. But, you know, it was made in love, and and I'm sure whatever stuffing was in there was filled with love. So it is what it is. It doesn't matter whether they have button eyes or if they had safety eyes or if they have embroidered eyes. It doesn't matter if you put a nose on them or not. I never put a nose or a mouth on them. I just think where you gather up the where you gather up the face, where you gather up once you're finished with the face and you decrease and decrease and then you gather up. I think that's my nose. That's what I think of the nose, but I never put a mouth on them. You know, they all have a nose, but they don't have a mouth. So they can't tell. They can't tell any of your secrets. Um, they can't tell what happened to you when you were 14 that you can't tell anybody else. You know, they can't tell what you did at 18. They can't tell. They have no mouth, but they will love you. They have ears to hear everything you have to say, and they share those joys and they share those sorrows with you, and they love you with God's love. and it makes you feel valuable. And if you need to cry, you grab one and you cry, and they'll cry with you. And if you don't believe me, you touch by their eyes, guess what? It's wet. If you're laughing, you laugh with them. If you get angry, you yell at them. You can. These are like damn it dolls too. You can throw them on the ground. You pick them up, and guess what? They're ready to hug you and love you because they're so packed with love. They can't do anything else. It's like God. He's incapable of anything else but love. And you can get angry at him, and you can yell at him, and you can curse him, and you can ask him why me. And you know what? He still loves you more than anything else. He loves you as much as everyone else on the earth. Is that the most incredible thing you've ever heard? It's unbelievable to me. All right, guys, I gotta go. I love you so much. He smells terrible. Next time, put a little sachet of lavender in his tummy, and he won't smell so terrible. I love you too, Diane. Thanks for stopping in this afternoon. Leave me your thumbs on the way out. Put your cups in the sink. Put your paper plates and napkins in the waste bin. Throw your empty bottles of water or take your water with you, whichever. Sometimes you have to reattach the tail. Pick up your shoes on the way out, but leave your troubles on the doorstep. And I'll sweep them up, and Mr. Elmo will burn them later on this afternoon. I love you all, and I will see you Sunday on Sunday, somebody Sunday, and we'll finish up that darn blanket. I love you all, and remember, somebody loves you.